Strengthening with our loop bands. I use these loop bands all the time with my clients and myself, and I just find it a very simple, effective way to introduce strengthening, especially for people who really aren't used to strengthening or not really wild about the gym environment or weights and things like that. So, but at the same time, the importance of getting some kind of resistance stimulation to the muscles is super important. We know so much more about it now. It's not only for actually being more powerful, it does secrete chemicals and hormones in your body that is good for all of your systems and all of your organs. So that's kind of the why I wanted to do this. The format of this is going to be, it's going to be circuit style. So it's going to be on a timer, and it's called a Tabata timer, but it's going to be 30 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest. And I have 3 movements picked, and I'm going to instruct on the 3 movements, and then we're going to do 4 rounds of those 3 movements in a row for 30 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, okay? And so as we're going along, pay attention to what your muscles feel like. If something is uncomfortable, you're not comfortable with it, then by all means stop doing it. You have to kind of be the judgment on what feels okay for you. I'll try to give modifications to make it easier or harder, but we're just gonna kind of stick with the basics for right now and kind of get it going that way. And we'll kind of see how it goes. But you'll be surprised, some of these very basic movements can be pretty challenging if you isolate your body the right way. So, yeah. So any questions about that so far? Okay, so the bands, the colors are different resistances. So the light green one is the very lightest, and then it goes blue, yellow, red, black. So the different movements you might feel good with different amounts, so you can kind of just experiment with it and see what you think. The biggest thing is to create constant tension in the band. So when I'm pulling on the band like this, I want to make sure there's always tension on the band and I'm not letting it go slack like that. Okay, that's the biggest thing to kind of keep in mind. So one of the reasons to use a timer is to eliminate the need to count, for one thing, and it eliminates the need to try to rush through the number, because you're trying to keep constant tension on the muscle for the 30 seconds. So it doesn't really matter how many you do, okay? Everybody kind of has their own internal tempo to movement. So whatever your internal tempo, you can try to match me, or you can go at your own tempo. And the timer will keep us on point. So with that being said, I'm going to shut the door because these kids are in and out.
That's a lot of youthful energy that'll give us their own tempo, right?
I know. Different tempo down there. It's a different tempo. Okay, so our first 3 movements, the first one is we're sitting up tall like this, and arms are here, elbows are at 90, and I call it bilateral external rotation, but it's just this. This is a good movement for posture, for the muscles in the back of the shoulder and the rotator cuff. Okay, that's movement number 1. Movement number 2 is sitting bow and arrow. This one, I'm going to point forward as if I'm aiming a bow and arrow, and I'm going to pull backwards. This is another one good for posture. When I pull, I want to make sure I'm not pulling like this, and I'm pulling like this with my chest up. Okay, that's the biggest mistake with a lot of exercises. People tend to roll the shoulder forward instead of sticking the chest up. Okay, that's number 2. And number 3 is a sitting shoulder press. So for this one, I'm gonna put the band around my thigh here, and I'm gonna hold it here, and I'm gonna push up this way. Push straight up. okay? All right, so before we even start this first round, let's just do a little bit of flexibility warm up. We're just gonna roll the shoulders around, kind of being mindful of our posture and kind of reinforcing the chest up sensation all the time. Always thinking about chest up. Okay. Now we're gonna put the arms in front and do a chest opener. Palms are down first. Then we're gonna flip the hands over and chest up and together. 2 and together. 3 and together. 4, 5. Good. Let them dangle. All right, this time all the way up. Good. Try to bring your chest up. Good. Chest up. Okay. All right, so our 3 again are this motion, external rotation, followed by bow and arrow, followed by shoulder press. All right, so just kind of follow along and you'll kind of get the idea of what I mean about the timer. All right, so we're here. And we go. We pull apart. You'll be surprised how much muscles can burn in 30 seconds. Bring your elbows in tight to your sides. Yep, really small movement. Wrists should stay neutral. No slack over there.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Rest.
10-second rest. Okay, bow and arrow. I'm doing my left forward first. It doesn't matter. You just have to remember, because as you go through the circuit, that you do the other one next time. Chest comes up. Always with the chest up. Shoulders stay kind of low. Don't bring your shoulders up towards your ears.
Rest.
Okay, now I'm gonna go, this is number 3.
Round 3.
And shoulder press. Good. A little more punchy to the ceiling. Keep it up here by your ear.
I haven't hit anyone in a long time. I'm just not used to it. Rest.
Good, okay. Now we go back to this one.
Round 4.
And we go. Looks good. It burns already, doesn't it? Uh-huh.
Should we be holding our stomach muscles in?
Yeah. I'll talk about that in a second.
Rest.
Okay, so now you're going back to bow and arrow with the opposite hand. So,
Round 5.
and there we go, good. Yes, so always when I say chest up, you always want to have that sort of casual tension in your abdominal muscles. Not a strained tension, but a casual tension. So it's just an amount of muscle contraction that keeps you steady and sturdy, not straining.
Rest.
Okay. Now the other hand for the shoulder press.
Round 6.
And we go. That's the thing about if you keep your posture really good with your shoulder position, your sternum position, and a little bit of abdominal tension and a good pelvic position, everything kind of becomes a core exercise. If you can tap into that.
Rest.
Okay. Now we're back to this one.
Round 7.
Here we go.
Rest.
So now you got to go back to your first bow and arrow arm.
Round 8.
And we go. Here's look great. The aiming arm should stay straight. It strengthens a shoulder blade muscle on the left and the opposite shoulder blade muscles on the right in my case.
Rest.
Okay. Back to our shoulder press.
Round 9.
This one, the forearm should stay vertical. And the band is sort of in the web of my thumb. You guys look great.
Rest.
Okay.
Round 10.
Here we go. Getting warm yet? Feel some heat coming off of those muscles? I do, for sure.
Rest.
All right, so now we're bow and arrow with the second arm.
Round 11.
Sternum up nice and high.
Rest.
Okay, this is the last one.
Last round.
Here we go. Everybody breathing?
Well done.
Good. Perfect. We completed the first circuit. So far, so good? You guys
Perfect.
look great. Okay, second circuit is going to be, I'm gonna do a couple leg things in the chair. First one is gonna be, the band goes around the foot. I'm gonna pull it and step on it. Okay? And I'm gonna strengthen my ankle that pulls up and my hip flexor. So my dorsiflexor and my hip flexor this way. So the motion is gonna be like marching. I just automatically do this because it's like running. So it sort of reinforces that pattern. It's a normal pattern for it to be opposite, actually. It's a good, so opposite. So if my right knee's coming up, left hand is coming forward. Yep. Yep. It's a little bit of a neuro stimulus for your brain too. Okay, so that's number one. Second one is gonna be, band goes right under the kneecaps. My knees are gonna be apart, or my feet are gonna be apart, and I'm just squeezing the knees apart like this. Now this one, you're gonna wanna be at the edge of your chair a little bit, or away from the back of the chair, so you can really sort of come up in your posture and make sure that your pelvis is sort of just really straight up. And a little bit of tightness here, and the motion is real small. You just wanna sort of, we're using these butt muscles here, so you're just really just opening and squeezing a little bit, okay? Below your kneecaps. Yeah, that's number two. Okay, then number three is gonna be no band, no band, and we're just coming forward and doing like a little mini squat. So if you can do a full sit to stand, that's fine. If not, just come to standing and do a little bit of a mini motion, whatever you're comfortable with. All right, you guys ready for this one? It's gonna be a leg burn. All right, number one. Here we go.
Let's go.
30 seconds. We're running in the woods. Good. I like it. This is gonna get tired here and in the front of your shin.
Rest.
Okay. Now we've got kneecaps, feet apart,
Round two.
little squeezes apart. Chest is still up, a little bit of tightness in the belly. And you should kind of be actively thinking about squeezing your butt muscles a little bit. Back shouldn't be touching the back of the chair. Scooch forward a little bit. There you go.
Rest.
Okay. Now we're gonna do our little mini squats or whatever you're comfortable with. So if you're not comfortable with a full sit to stand, come all the way up and do a little short one. When we're doing this one, even no matter if it's really small, think about the knees being lined up with the toes. In other words, don't let them come in or out, nice and lined up.
Rest.
Okay, now we go back to pulling up with the other foot.
Round four.
That chair's low for you, you got longer legs. so
This
that's
is good,
hard.
though. There you go. Wait.
It's really interesting how that's hard for some people. It's not natural, yet perfect. Try to fix it though, because it's like
Rest.
a normal reciprocal pattern that is supposed to be natural. Okay,
Round 5.
so now we've got this one. 10 seconds go by quick, doesn't it?
Very fast.
It's not enough time to even change the band practically.
I know.
Stuck to my shoe.
That's why I strategically pick the movements so that you don't have to change position.
Rest.
I like to strategically exercise, no wasted time. Here we go with our sit to stands again.
Round 6.
In we go.
Rest.
Okay, now we're back to our runners, we'll call them, original foot,
Round 7.
and we go. There you go,
Oopsie.
there you go.
Rest.
I should have started my watch to get credit for my exercise minutes.
Round 8.
Hurt.
Rest.
Okay. Oh, we're back to sit to stand.
Round 9. Rest.
Okay. Got one more round. So now I'm on the other foot,
Second foot, right?
second foot.
Round 10.
Go real slow to get it. Go real slow first to kind of get it. Yep. There you go.
Rest.
Good. Back to the kneecaps.
Round 11.
And we pull. Squeeze. Should be below the kneecaps. I hear some breathing going on.
That's probably,
That's
that's probably me.
awesome.
I'm the loudest, heaviest breather
No.
in the bunch.
It's awesome.
Rest.
Okay, this is our last movement we've got.
Last
There we go.
well done.
Awesome. Round 2. Circuit 2 complete. All right. A little bit of a leg burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So our next circuit is going to be laying flat on the mat. If you want to, you don't have to. You can modify these a little bit if you need. Who wants a mat?
I'll take one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Are we better off if we are parallel to you or?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, all
As
right.
long as you can see.
See, okay.
All right. First movement. So our position is going to be here, like this. And the movement is going to be, I'm just lifting a leg. Okay, so a couple things about this. You might not even need the band. I'm going to show you with the band. I'm going to hold it down with one foot, and I'm going to pull up against it with the other foot like this. So the position of my body matters. The higher up I'm sitting, this is actually harder for this muscle. This is strengthening the quad muscle. If I'm sitting all the way up, this is the hardest position to do this in. If I come down this way, it's a little bit easier on the quad muscle. And if I go flat, it's the easiest. But when I go flat, it's the hardest to control your back and your stomach. So when I'm laying flat, I want to get some tension in my stomach muscles so that my back is kind of flat on the floor, so that when I lift the leg, it is really just the leg muscle and not me arching my back, okay? So that's what you want to focus on with this. And if you can't do it with the band, it's okay to do it without the band. So that's the first movement. Okay, so the first thought should be belly button down, a little pressure into the floor with my back, then I tighten my leg, then I raise my leg. So that as I move my leg, my back stays flat on the ground. So coming up on the elbows is good, makes it a little bit easier to not have to worry about this position quite so much if you have the shoulder flexibility to do it. Okay, then the second movement in this round is gonna be an abdominal isometric no band. So all I'm doing with this one, bringing one knee up towards my chest, bringing the second knee up towards my chest, almost as if I'm gonna do one of these chest hugs or knee hugs, but I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna push my knees and my hands together. So all I'm doing is pushing and holding stationary. And what we're doing is an isometric abdominal contraction. So I'm just holding, and I'm just gonna count to, say, a 3 count. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, for the cycle of the 30 seconds, okay? So number 1 is leg raise. Number 2 is isometrics against the knees.
But the knees stay up the entire time.
The
It's
knees
only
stay
the
up
pressure
the-
that goes on and off.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Then the third one, I'm gonna take my band like this, probably an easier one, if you have the easiest one you have, and I'm gonna pull it apart across my hips and hold it on the ground. And I'm gonna bridge up against it, like this. Okay, this is a butt strengthener. Yep, that looks good. Everybody okay, comfortable? Here, you need something under your head.
Thank you.
I'm gonna use the band for the last one.
Yeah, with the bridging one too, you, just like the leg raise, if you don't need the band and it still feels like exercise, I mean, like it's hard enough without it, that's fine. All right, here we go. So we've got leg raise goes first.
Let's go.
And we go. The
And
leg
you're not
never
lowering-
has to
I'm
go
sorry.
above the knee.
And you're never lowering it all the way to the ground.
No, you don't wanna touch the ground.
Okay,
You just, I call it hovering.
Okay.
Hovering. And go slow, because remember, we don't have, it's not a race to do the repetition, because we got the timer going.
Rest.
Okay, now I'm gonna leave my band on my legs, so as I bring for the abdominal one, it's there.
yeah.
No, I guess that doesn't work, actually.
No.
It won't work. All right, here we go, isometrics. Hold, 2, 3, release. 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 Hold, 2, 3, release.
Rest.
Okay, so now I've got band across my hips,
Round 3.
and I'm bridging. As I bridge up, I want you to make sure it's a short motion. As I bridge up, I'm squeezing my butt muscles. It's a hip exercise. Don't want a lot of movement in your back. All hips. So the butt should feel like it's kind of curling under a little bit.
Rest.
Okay. Now I'm going to straight leg raise on the other leg.
Round 4.
Important for the knee to be super straight on this one. So back staying flat and knee staying nice and straight.
Rest.
Okay. Knees come up to chest.
Round 5.
And hold, 2, 3. 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 Okay, now I'm back to the first straight leg raise.
Hey, are we doing bridging?
Oh, whoops. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Round 6.
Here we go. Bridge. active leg raise,
First leg, right?
first leg.
And it's bad if you're having a hard time remembering which one is.
It happens to me all the time.
Oh, gosh, one leg is just gonna get overdone and the other one's.
Yeah.
Rest.
All right, knees to chest.
Ground eight.
And hold, 2, 3. 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 Hold, 2, 3.
Rest.
Okay. Bridging.
Ground nine. Rest.
All right, leg raise, second leg.
Ground ten. Rest.
All right, knee to chest.
Ground 11.
And hold, 2, 3. 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 Okay, I'll see you next time. Hold, 2, 3.
Rest.
All right, last one, bridging.
Last round. Well done.
Awesome.
And how long do we get to just lay here now?
A couple seconds. We've got one more circuit, but you do get to stay laying down. Okay. Okay, so first movement is gonna be a tricep press, which is gonna look like, we're still laying down. I'm gonna grab the band like this and this. And my elbow is pointed to the ceiling and I'm pushing it straight, like this. So the emphasis is on pushing the elbow straight. The upper arm stays vertical the whole time. This is tricep strengthener. Okay. when you bend it towards, like, almost like I'm going, my fist is going towards my opposite shoulder.
Oh, when you have your thumb down,
Yes.
on the top hand, I had to switch
Yep.
my hand, okay,
Thumb down.
that feels a lot better,
There you go. That looks good.
yeah, a lot better.
That?
Make
No,
your
your hand's
right
not
fist a little bit towards, your right fist should be going towards your left shoulder. So it should feel like it's.
Upside down.
Mhm. There you go.
There.
There you
This
go.
one- Oh, this is staying, this
Yep.
hand's gonna stay on your breast.
You have to
This is
keep
going
that
through this. And then you
stationary.
make it as tight as you need to. See how this stays here and thumbs down?
There you
Does
go.
that feel better? Right?
That's it. And you should,
Yeah. There, and this stays still.
you got it. And you should end up, the tiredness should come right in the meat of the tricep on the back of the arm. All right, movement number 2, much easier to compute. 2 hands grabbing the band, straight in front, straight to the ceiling, and I'm just pulling apart, like this. A good time to refocus on tightening your abdominal muscles a little bit, keeping this nice and stable, practicing that. Elbow stays straight, and I'm just pulling apart. No slack in the middle, so it becomes a very small motion. Muscles in the back of the shoulder. And the third one, this one's actually hard. So the third one is gonna be here, and we're gonna lift up like this. And we're just holding, no band. You're just holding. So there's lots of different ways to do this. I'm gonna stay on my knees. This would be the easiest way to do it. I'm gonna put my foot out here and hold it this way. But you can probably, this would be the easiest way. Okay? And it's just a hold. Nothing else happens. All right.
But when we relax, are we actually trying to put our abdomen towards the floor? Or we're gonna stay in that held
You're just
position for
holding
30
it.
seconds?
Just holding it.
Oh, so it's a side plank.
It's a side plank,
I
yep.
don't know if I can, I don't think I can shoulder. Let's see, maybe just one side? I'll see, let me just try.
Yep. Let me. That's good.
I can totally do that one, others can have that one. Okay, all right, I'll just do it up when I get it.
Let's see, if it's,
Yeah, shoulder issues.
if, let's do the alternative could be this. Just a leg raise this way. So like, if you don't like that pressure here,
Yeah.
then if you can be here, that would be an alternative.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So we got triceps first. It's the hard one, mechanically hard. All right,
Let's go.
elbow is facing the ceiling, just bending at the elbow.
Rest.
Okay, number 2, we've got the pull aparts. Arms are straight in front, tighten the abdominal muscles,
Round 2.
straight arms come apart. Fists are facing each other. Constant tension in the band, keep it nice and wide.
Rest.
Going to the left, modified plank, if you're comfortable.
If I do my left,
Round 3.
So if you can get up there, you got up there pretty good, actually.
Yeah, but I
So
don't have any
you
stability
can't
in my
hold
right
it,
arm.
yeah. Then just kinda, you could just practice coming up, like this could be it.
Oh, okay.
Use the other hand. Yep. All right,
Rest.
and where are we? Now we're other side tricep. Yeah, so if you can't hold it, just pushing off is good.
Round 4.
Okay.
Rest.
Okay, 2 hands in front. Tight stomach,
Round 5.
pulling apart. Shoulders should not be up towards your ears. Shoulders should be down.
So we feel our shoulder blades kind of dig into the mat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So your muscles. It's good.
Rest.
Okay. Modified side plank.
Round 6.
Yeah, no, I just did half. That's okay. Better than none.
Rest.
All right, now we're back to first side tricep.
Round 7.
Okay, so this one, your fist or your forearm should be sort of like coming across your face in front of you.
Rest.
2 hands straight up.
Round 8.
Pull apart.
Rest.
Left side modified plank, or my left side anyway.
Third one?
Round 9.
This is the third one.
Yeah.
Yep,
So we're back to first.
yep. So leave that left hand on the mat yep, and just practice lifting up, but sort of in your mind, focus on pushing into the ground with your right elbow so that it is strengthening that, yep.
Rest.
Okay. Now we go back to triceps, second arm.
Round 10.
Looks good, you guys. Try to look at your wrist position. And your wrist should be an extension of the arm and not bending too much.
Rest.
Okay. And we've got side plank, second side.
Wait, do we have the band?
Oh.
No.
Sorry.
Planks.
Man, you better not miss a class, cause I need you to keep me in check.
We're doing the.
We got
Yeah,
dual
yeah.
part, yeah,
On your
I
back.
thought we were doing planks again.
I know.
Skipped
I
ahead.
threw you off.
I'm the detail queen, okay?
I'll keep you.
Okay, I'm the loud breather and the detail queen.
Rest.
Alright, now we've got the last side plank.
Last round.
Last round.
Well done.
Well done. Awesome. Alright, so that's we just completed 4 circuits of 3 different movements. So that's pretty awesome. So we're gonna just go through a couple of stretches together. I like to use the harder band for a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So I'll put the band on my foot here and kind of gently kick the leg straight-ish and kind of gently stretch the hamstrings here. Try to get the band a little bit more on the arch of the foot. And you can have the knee up or the leg stretched out, whatever feels good to you.
Are you trying to bring your knee and leg towards your chest
Yep.
to stretch that? Yeah.
Yep,
Oh, and you got your knee bent.
yeah.
Slightly.
Doesn't have to be super specific, it's just kind of going in that direction. I'm not trying to move mountains here, just kind of a little bit of a recovery stretch. Okay, now I'm gonna switch legs. Yes. Feel like you did something? I do.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Now let's do I'm gonna call this a figure 4 stretch. I'm gonna bring my foot over the knee. And if you're flexible enough for it, you can reach through and grab this thigh. And it's a bit of a stretch on my right butt cheek, hip, glutes. Good. And just kind of relax into it. Doesn't have to feel super dramatic, just a relaxing stretch. On the other leg. Cross over. Should feel like a stretch on the hip and the glute.
It's not pretty, but it's working.
You got it. You got it. All right, now we'll go put our feet flat. Last stretch, I'm gonna have palms up. This is an angel wing stretch. And I'm just sliding my hands all the way up, trying to keep the the back of the hand on the floor, all the way above the head.
I can't do that.
And see if your shoulders have that flexibility to get all the way up there without lifting them off the ground. You might feel it in your chest or your armpits or your back somewhere. Try to just reach into that stretch and try to get the arms as high as they'll go and stay flat on the floor. And then bring them back down.
And then put them back up.
Yep, and then we're gonna go again. Slide them back up. Slowly though, try to keep them nice and flat. And keep inching them up to where you feel a little bit of a stretch somewhere. And back down. All right, last thing, we're gonna do a couple of a breathing exercise. We're gonna breathe in for a 4 count. We're gonna hold the breath for a 4 count and breathe out for a 4 count. And I'm gonna count with my fingers, even though you can't see me. Here we go, and we go in, hold. We'll do it 3 times. And we go in for 4. And in for 4.
When you got to 4 on the in, you were already exhaling for me. But I just didn't have it. I didn't get it.
I was off count a little bit.
That's fine.
All right, awesome, you guys. It was really good.